Welcome back. All right, so I went with No Mercy for this one because there's no Mercy game on the board. There's just the 3 games tonight. If you're looking for the review of the Carolina-Montreal game, I already reviewed that. That's already on the channel. So we'll start things off talking about Philadelphia and Vancouver. It's Ersson versus DeSmith. I don't think the Canucks like playing against this year's Philadelphia Flyers. Just going out on a limb, 1 goal in 2 games and all that. So Konechny's denied on a turnover. There's a power play for the Flyers. They come into this one for their last 23. We end up getting 33 seconds of 4-on-4. The Canucks, 2 for their last 19. Well, everything gets killed off there because both power plays are struggling. Strong forechecking by the Flyers. Brink can't bury one in close. That's cleared out. The shots are 4-0 Philly at 7 minutes. Kuzmenko has an open net chance. That's blocked. Höglander has a rush chance blocked out as well. Teams trade turnovers, kind of sloppy around the middle of the period there. Mikheyev's denied in close. The Canucks press with 8 minutes left. The Flyers answer by pressing with 5 minutes left. Lawton has a wraparound that save. The Flyers press in the final minute. After the first period, it's scoreless. Second period, Canucks press. The Flyers block. Garland has a rush that's defended. Flyers had the only shot on net 4 minutes in. I also want to say, too, every now and then I'll see people saying, well, there's a score, because, it's 0-0 is a score. Scoreless, meaning nobody has scored yet. Anyways, I've started seeing that more and more. Well, there's a score. Anyhow, so DeSmith has a turnover, but that's bailed out by the Canucks defense. The Flyers press, but the Canucks end up with a power play shortly thereafter. There's a near miss by Suter. Power play's killed off. 2 shots for the Canucks on that. In fact, the shots are 4-2 for the Canucks at 9.5 minutes. Juleson has a shot that's blocked as they press. The Canucks turning it over in their own end a little bit at this point in the game. Pettersson then had a wraparound that's just mishandled. We end up with a power play for the Flyers, and they score on it. It's Zamula, who has 2 power play goals, 2 goals, I think, in his entire career, both of them against Vancouver. Forrester and Atkinson with the assists at 15:03, and it was through a screen. DeSmith didn't see it. And then, Philadelphia, they know to strike when the iron's hot. At 16:24, Walker scores from Tippett and Konechny. He buries that one on a rush. And then the Canucks get sloppy. It's a turnover at center ice. And at 17:09, it becomes 3-0. Farabee scoring from Brink on a fast break. The Canucks press with a minute and a half left, but they're up against it. They're down 3-0 after the second period. Third period, we had an early delay for an ice condition issue. However, on a rush, Bluger scores at 25 seconds from Joshua and Quinn Hughes. So that makes it 3-1. Canucks press for another. Ersson ends up getting kind of limpy on an exit. Hart comes in. Apparently, it could have been cramping, something to do with dehydration. Besser to Miller, there's a near miss there. Atkinson versus Juleson is not ruled as a fight. There weren't enough punches. The Canucks end up coming out of that with a power play, which leads to a shorthanded goal. Hathaway buries his own rebound from Paling at 5:01, and the Canucks were the last team in the NHL who had not allowed a shorthanded goal, so that makes it 4-1. The Flyers do then finish the kill. Tippett has a rush chance that's held. There's a power play for the Flyers. That's killed off. Philadelphia wins this one 4-1. They go to 19-11-4. They're in Seattle tomorrow night. Vancouver 23-10-3 with the loss. Shots on net 13-7 Philly in the first, 10-7 Vancouver in the second, 10-5 Vancouver in the third. Final shots 27-25 for the Canucks. Power plays 1 for 3 for Philly, 0 for 3 for Vancouver. Hits 20-16 for Vancouver. Ersson saved 18 out of 19 before being relieved by Hart, who saved all 8 shots he faced. DeSmith saved 21 out of 25 at the other end. So for the Canucks, frustrating result. They're going to have to bounce back in their next game. All right, next up, LA and Vegas. This was a close game by the end of it. LA's going to be kicking themselves for the way some of this went down because, honestly, they could have stolen this one tonight. But it's Talbot versus Thompson. Early jump for Vegas. Dubois fires one wide as the Kings press. Shots on net are 2-1 Vegas, 3.5 minutes in. Fiala has a rush chance. That's fired wide. Both teams were blocking the net well until Eichel. On Vegas' third shot at 7:38, scores from Barbashev and Stone. It's bar down from the left face-off circle. Kings look to respond. The Knights press at the half. Kings block. So the Kings, they press with 7.5 minutes left, and the Knights block. So shot blocking, a big part of tonight's game. Dubois has a chance that's held. Kopitar's denied as Kings press. Carlson's then almost set up, but he has a near miss and close. Stevenson gets robbed on a fast break, but it's 1-0 for Vegas after 1. Second period, the Kings press at a minute and a half, but on a rush to the net, Amadio, former King, scores from Dorofeev and McNabb at 2:27. The Kings press to respond. In fact, the shots are 4-2 LA, 5 minutes in. White Cloud has a screenshot that's held. We get some pushing there. Kings press, they're kept to the outside. Kempe fires one high. The Vegas Golden Knights rush the other way. Lizotte had a net drive that was blocked. Vegas rushes. Marchessault fires one wide from the slot. And then the Kings finally get one on the net, and it goes in. Kopitar tips it in. Kempe and Gavrikov with the assists at 13:07, and it got through the screen. So Vegas was doing a good job blocking. That one just gets in, makes it 2-1. Kings press to tie it. Marchessault has a net drive that's defended, and then Carlson on a really nice pass from behind the net. He gets a goal at 14:42 to restore the 2-goal lead. Cotter and Pietrangelo with the assists on that. Things get punchy with 1:45 left. The Kings come out of that with a power play. There's a near miss for Dubois. Spence has a shot that's blocked. That power play rolls over into the third period. Vegas still leading 3-1. Vegas does finish the kill. There were 2 shots for LA in total on that power play. Kopitar has a net feed picked off. Stevenson's denied and close. McNabb has a tip shot that's held. The shots are 7-5 for Vegas at 5.5 minutes. The Kings press. They score, but it's waved off for goalie interference. And, yep, the review shows it was goalie interference. Fiala fires one wide as the Kings press. Pietrangelo has a shot that's held. We're down to 5.5 minutes left. 4:43 left. The Kings get a power play, which leads to the ref you suck chance. It's killed off. Pretty aggressive kill. The goalie pull happens, and the LA Kings score with the goaltender on the bench. Moore scores from Kopitar and Grundstrom at 18:01. They would pull the goaltender again. They had opportunities, but the Knights do hang on and win this one 3-2 at home. They go to 22-10-5. They are now tied for the top of the division and the league, combined with that loss by Vancouver. Vancouver still has the tiebreaker in regulation wins. The Kings 28-4. They lose a chance to gain ground on either team tonight. So the three-way race in the Pacific continues to evolve. Shots on net in this one, 9-7 Vegas in the first, 13 apiece in the second, 14-10 LA in the third. Final shots 34-32 for the Kings. Power plays LA 0-2. Vegas didn't have any. Hits 20-19 Vegas. Talbot saved 29 out of 32. Thompson saved 32 out of 34 at the other end. So for the Kings, good game, but Vegas ends up earning themselves the 2 points. All right, last game of the night, Edmonton and San Jose. So when I was doing the interview with Brody Brazil today, I had to get in there that seeing Krona's name as the goalie, and I mean, I write this all on the board, right? So I'm looking over at the board during the interview, and I kept thinking Krona. And so I said to him, I said, so Krona's starting tonight? And he said, yeah. And I said, you know, to the effect of throwing him to the Wolves against Edmonton. I understand Kakkonen played last night. I get it. Kakkonen ended up playing tonight too. So there's an early press by the Oilers, and on their third shot, at 59 seconds it goes in. It's McLeod, who's been red hot lately. Hyman and Bouchard with the assists. Remember, San Jose beat Edmonton last month. Edmonton has not forgotten, as tonight's game shows. So that was from the left circle, wired far side. Kane then has a shot that's held as the Oilers press. The Oilers press again 4 minutes in. Zetterlund has a rush chance that's saved. Shots are 5-2 Oilers at 7.5 minutes. Draisaitl has a rush that's blocked. And then Hyman, it's a turnover chance. He gets his 20th of the season already. The assist to McDavid and Nurse at 10:14. The Oilers press for another. Burrows has a tip shot that's held. Hurdle's denied on a net drive. Then it's cleared out. Bouchard would score on a one-timer through a screen. Ekholm and Brown with the assists at 14:53. And then at 17:32, Draisaitl makes it 4-0. Filthy move in close. Fogle and McLeod with the assists. And Krona's night ended after the first period. Kakkonen's in the second, but it's 4-0 in favor of the Oilers. Hits are ramping up a bit after a quiet first period. Not that the hits were high compared to the other games. I don't know if there were any hits in the first period. Delay a game. The Oilers get a power play. Last 15 seconds becomes 4-on-4. Everything's killed off there. The shots are 6-2 San Jose at 6 minutes. CC to Hyman gets blocked. And then on a double deflection, Nugent Hopkins scores to make it 5-0 from Nurse and CC at 9:05. And it went in off Burrows last. So Burrows doesn't have a goal since November of last year against San Jose. But he kind of got one against San Jose tonight. So Granlund has a wraparound that's blocked. The shots are 10-6 for the Sharks with 5.5 minutes left. The Oilers press with 3.5 minutes left, but it's 5-0 after 2. Third period, early press by the Oilers. We get a power play for San Jose. There was a shorthanded rush for Brown. That gets blocked out. Connor Brown's not allowed to have a goal this year. It's just not going to happen. Power play's killed off. Duclair has a one-timer that's held. The shots are 3-2 for the Sharks at 8 minutes. The Oilers press with 9.5 minutes left. Bailey has a net drive that's blocked. There's a post for McDavid. It's cleared briefly, and then the Oilers come back in and press some more. Then there was a crossbar for Zetterlund on a rush. 3:29 left. The Sharks get a power play. That's killed off. And the Oilers, they hold on for the shutout. 5-0 win, so you get both the Tony the Tiger magnet for the fact that Skinner gets the shutout. You also get, this is the No Mercy magnet right here, the small one that I have exactly for this kind of occasion. The Oilers win by 5. They win 5-0. They go to 16, 15-1. They're back above 500. They are trying to fight their way back to a playoff spot. The San Jose Sharks 9, 24-3. They've lost 7 in a row. Shots on net, 12-7 Edmonton in the first, 12-10 San Jose in the second, 8-6 Edmonton in the third. Final shots 30-25 for the Oilers. Power plays 0-1 for Edmonton, 0-3 for San Jose. The hits 15-10 for the Sharks. Skinner 25 saves on 25 shots. Corona had 8 saves on 12 shots. Poor kid. Kakinen 17 saves on 18 shots, and that's why I felt like poor kid, because I knew the Oilers were going to come in angry. They've had the break, and they likely looked at this game, circled it on the calendar after the last time they were in San Jose with the idea of we're not losing in San Jose again. And so, yeah, you take your anger out on a rookie goaltender. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.